It's not letting me open it the way I want to, and I don't understand why, so I'm trying to figure out what is going on here and why it's not working right now. This is stressing me out so much. It's not letting me open my multi-guest, and I don't know why. About me. And I don't know why. About me. Why is it playing games with me? Why is it playing games with me? It's not letting me open my multi-guest, and I have no idea. It's not letting me open my multi-guest, and I have no idea, guys, why it's not letting me do it. Showcase. I don't know if it was because I was live first on my computer, but it wasn't letting me open it on there either. This is causing me so much fucking anxiety right now. It's not letting me open my panel. Alright. You're not in the live, so it's not letting me bring you up. Okay. Got it. Got it. Don't want to do that. I don't know why this isn't working. It's not working, guys. It's not working. I don't know why it's causing me so much irritation right now. This normally worked. Well, what worked the last time I tried it, anyways. And she's not in here. It's not letting me bring up my multi-chat. And I don't know why. It's going to irritate my soul. Alright. So a bunch of people clicking in. Yeah, so Blossom will be here in a second. Give me a minute. So a bunch of people clicking in. Yeah, so Blossom will be here in a second. Give me a minute. Give me a freaking Give me a minute. Give me a Y'all, I paused for a second. My bad. I am trying to figure out what's going on here. My screen is irritating me. Not that one. Thank you for the likes. Saying she's not on live. I'm not exactly sure why it's doing this to me. There it goes. Thank you, Jesus. I have been trying to figure this out for way too long.
You was freaking out. You was like, ah! Ah!
I'm like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? So I tried to do this from my computer so I could have all the fun doodads and gadgets and stuff. It wasn't working. And I was like, before somebody keep thinking I'm a liar, let me keep telling them she is coming. I
Right.
just gotta get the box up.
I'm so proud of you, though. You did it. You did it with ease. And here we are. We are here. We made it. Because I'm
Yes,
telling you,
ma'am.
yes, yes. In a day.
Okay.
In a
So I can read I'm gonna redo my introduction, y'all. Now that she's here. All right. My name is Maka Make Sense, and this is Let's Make It Make Sense. Like I've been telling y'all all week, I was gonna have a special guest. Oh, I was so
I'm
stressed.
so
I ain't
happy to
never
be
been so stressed in
here.
my life. All right, so y'all know how it goes. I'm gonna make some people mad. Some people gonna laugh. I'm gonna be showing shots and cutting niggas down. But no matter what the case may be, I'm gonna make this shit make sense. Okay.
Back, back, back.
So it's so much better with my little do that buttons because I got like sound effects to go with everything I say.
Oh,
But
you do? Oh.
yeah,
And it
but I
works
couldn't
in
get my
person.
computer
I'm
to
so
work, and I didn't
excited. I
want to
want
be
to.
later than what I already was.
Yeah,
So
I want you to do that. That is so cool. I like your background though. Background is definitely popping. Love it. Love it.
this
Love
is
it.
my artwork. You know, I always gotta advertise myself. I gotta advertise myself. So in case anybody's wondering, I sell paintings. But
I love
today's
it.
topic is going to be love beyond barriers. It's supposed to be about an hour long chat. I guess it all depends on how things go. It could be longer. I don't mind if it goes a little longer. I don't know if Blossom's busy though, so you know she's a busy woman. So to start
And
this off, I'm gonna let her tell you guys about herself, and then we'll get into. We're just gonna hop into our discussion.
right. Yeah. So my name is Blossom. Um, I like Blossom Nicole mostly because it brings out all facets of like my personality. I go by Nicole too. Um, but the reason I like Blossom so much is because on a daily, I see people blossom. On a daily, I see myself blossom. So my name, like I'm growing with it. On Facebook, I have a page, Blossom Nicole, but also I have the Nicole written. But as for me, what I do a lot of just making sure that our not making sure because of course it's a team effort, but I like to work with people in order to keep our artistic environments alive and safe. And and when I say artistic, I just mean like everything art, paint, um, anything that's art, I love it. If I find somebody that's good at what they do, I love it. I love to see people expressing themselves in a way that, isn't always acceptable, because a lot of people don't view art as a big thing, but it is a big thing because we are creating constantly. So if we're creating, that means we have to be artistic. And if we're artistic, we have to be creative. So I feel like art is just a huge smorgasbord of just beauty. And I feel like even us as people, we are art. The way we're made up. Like nobody is made like you. Nobody. So you are your own masterpiece. I say that with so much like thought and love behind my heart. We are our own masterpieces. God made us that way. So I just feel like art is huge. And I love to use it for therapy for myself, but also I like to help others find what it is that they love to do, something they love to do in their downtime, and then, like to share their art. That's even better. But that's me in a nutshell. I have a couple of businesses that I run, but also I'm an artistic director. But I have my company, which is Poetry and Me. So within that company, I am an event planner. I am an artist curator for shows. I also host and I do spoken word poetry myself. And also I consult with other businesses and partners so that we can develop and make things. I'm going to stop talking. That's me in a nutshell. And I'm so happy to be here.
I was spending all that time trying to figure out how to make your face bigger on the screen.
Really? I want to see bigger too, but it's so little.
So
But
yeah, I was trying to figure out like how do I just make it to people because we don't even need all this space.
who can we invite? Somebody you can invite on the
Oh,
line?
oh, that made you smaller. We don't want to do that. Expand. Oh, I can expand you.
Woo!
Here it goes.
I'm
I can
big.
be down
Look
here.
at
That's
you
fine.
little. I want you to be big too, like a side by side. Side by side.
Listen, we figuring this out as we go along. I am
Say hi to the
absolutely.
people that join. Hi. Hello.
There it
Ooh.
goes. There we go. There we
Okay.
go.
That's
It took me way too long to get this to work the way I wanted to.
I love
Okay.
it. But yeah,
So
that's me in a
I did send out invites to on Facebook and stuff. I'm pretty sure somewhere down if you hit the little three dots on your screen, you can send it out to your people as well. There's like three little dots in the corner. And
Is
it
it
gives you
the
the
arrow?
option. No,
Is
there
the
should be
arrow?
three. There should be three. Yeah, to share it, it'll be the arrow. Once you hit the three dots, it should be an arrow that says share, and you should be able to send it out to Facebook. It'll give you like the scrollodex of all the places you can send it.
Okay, so I can send it via messenger, all of that.
Hmm.
Okay.
So if you want to bring people in, you can do that as well. I did send it out to my people already. My main people are basically already here. So, like, they'll come back in. So you guys heard about Blossom and how she's an artist director. Let me guys tell you some of our history. Okay. So about I want to say mm, about 4, 5. How old am I? I was like, yeah, about 5, 6 years ago. Because I want to say it was like my 22nd, 23rd birthday. Um, Associate that we both had invited me out for my birthday, and I performed for the first time at this little store that had an open mic, and that is where I met the wonderful Blossom McCoy. It was about 5, 6 years ago.
There's
Okay.
no way it was that long ago.
It was my 22nd, 23rd birthday when I met George.
That's crazy that
I
it
am
was.
now 29.
Wow.
I am now 29. So it is about about 5, going on 6 years ago that I met you. And I was so shy, so nervous.
I
Had
know.
I had this red wig on.
You impacted my life so much. I remember it like it was yesterday.
I had this red wig on, you guys, that and I had like this anime girl dress on. I was definitely living in my anime era, and I don't know. I don't think, like, if I'd have known that day that just me getting up there and belting this song out that I wrote when I was 15 would have me in the places that I am today, I would have probably kept sitting down. I probably would have kept sitting down.
And that is, you know what you are? You are somebody that has solidified. Do you hear me?
Yep.
You are somebody that has solidified why I do what I do. Because I do not think that you would have gotten up there if I didn't push for it.
Oh, girl, I said I wasn't doing it. He was like, well, she rap, she could do it. I'm like, that was something we talked about in private, sir. I wasn't getting up there.
And he knew that if he came and told me that I was going, do a little.
I got to go pee. Y'all said hold it until you was done.
That's crazy.
And that was before the evolution of Maka. Like, I was Maka baby still then. I was young and ratchet and confused and lost and alone.
When you first came in, I was like, gosh dang, this girl got a body, yada, 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 yada. I was like, gosh dang, look at her. Because you had on the cutest little dress. Sorry, my lashes like tripping.
It's all right. We could,
I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I was like, George, what are you, like, you? And George was like, yeah, she's cool. And, she does music. I was like, oh, word. I was like, okay, and you had on the red wig or whatever. You had your head down. You were very shy. You didn't talk much. When I talked to you, you smiled. But it seemed like you didn't know your power. And I'm going to be real and frank. You did not know your power. Okay?
Not a little bit.
You did not know your power. Like, it was like something else had power over you.
Fair.
So when you got the mic, okay, I'm going to tell you what happened to you. You got on the mic, and you did your thing. I can't remember what you did first. But you know that thing, like, where you get in your throat, where you about to cry?
Mm-hmm.
The lump in your throat. You like, oh shit, here it comes. Like, you impacted. You were probably the most memorable person that night for me. So
I sang.
Your soul knew your power.
Where y'all going?
Upstairs.
Okay. All right. Sorry, that's my girls.
But your soul knew your power, and it spoke to me, and I was like, I gotta follow this woman no matter where she goes.
I sang "Let Me Go." That's my original song that don't have no instrumental to it. It's just something that I sing, and I sing that song from my core every time I sing it, because don't nobody else know how it's supposed to sound but me. And that's why I love it. And then I did cautious. I'm cautious for a reason. I don't trust you hoes. But every time I do without a beat, it sounds like a poem. It sounds like a poem, but I speak it with so much conviction. You could tell
Right.
that I was actually going through something when I wrote it. It's a bomb rap, but it speaks about my anger and my pain. So like that love beyond barriers point, I would say that you are one of the people who are capable of loving me beyond my barriers because a lot of times I was my own obstacle. So we gonna get into this. I wrote a poem about you, remember?
You sure did. And then that was another time I was like, so I was talking to someone today, and I basically said that there are certain people that are put into your life for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
and and you may not see these people every day. You may not have the opportunity to nurture that friendship every single day, but you know why they're there. You know that that person is special. You know that that person has a light. You know that that person is sharp as hell. You know that if it came down to it, you could reason with that person.
Absolutely.
You know that if it came down to it, you would have that person's back. Those are the type of people that I want in my life. And so that's why I always stuck by you, because there's not many women out there like you. You be coming from the hip, like you don't sugarcoat stuff, but at the same time, you do things with love. So um, those are the only type of people I want around me, to be honest.
Yeah. So I got this wonderful email this morning from somebody that would love for me to ask you some questions about loving beyond barriers.
We got questions, okay?
And first, I'm gonna give the wiki definition that they typed on here for me to explain to the people watching what loving beyond barriers is supposed to be considered, rather than what other people consider it themselves. Um, so, loving beyond barriers is choose to an expanded care of dignity and respect to others, even through those who are different from you, by overcoming an individual bias or external social division like race, culture, religion, and status. So those are the bases, I guess, this conversation is supposed to have. While I do not 100% agree with this, because I don't think race, culture, religion, or status has anything to do with the concept of living beyond barriers, because barriers are different based on the individual that you're dealing with. And at times it is hard for me to look past my own bias and overcome it with certain people, because I love my people. And like if my daughter pushes a little girl down the slide after she told me she did something to her, I'm gonna be biased about it. She did it first and pushed her back. so like, my personal opinion with that is like, yeah, but I'm supposed to ask you, seeing that you deal with so many people on the day to day basis in the fields that you work in, how are you able to overcome those bias with people and love them beyond their barriers?
I think I feel like I do a lot of practice when it comes to being self-aware. Um, like, sometimes you have to like really touch yourself so that hey, oh my God, like I really do exist.
Hmm.
So, because we're going through life, like I don't feel that I'm a person, but I know I'm a person, and I know that I have all of these things going on, and emotions, and having to to stay on top of things and live life, and you know what I'm saying, and I screw up. I screw up so bad sometimes. And then there's times where I'm really on top of it. And I look at myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I am a ball of just everything, bad
So
and good. So when I look at other people, you know, based off of just what I think of myself, I have to grant other people that same energy. I have to give them grace because I know God gives me grace. We talked about that.
okay. Yeah, we did. We should have talked about that on live. That was a private conversation.
Yeah,
So basically, it's like understanding that regardless of people's backgrounds, they're fundamental humans, and everybody needs and deserves a little bit of respect and dignity.
absolutely. They deserve that. I feel like, you know, of course, we do have boundaries. So there's barriers and then there's boundaries.
How do you tell the difference between a barrier in a situation or like a in a relationship? Because there's more than one form of relationship. Of course, there's friendships, families, and then there's actual intimate relationships. Like how do you decide which one is considered a barrier and which one is considered a boundary?
Right. So there's me, right? And then there's you. In order for me to get to know you and to love you, I have to be able to say, yeah, she's imperfect. You know, I'm imperfect. Um, she likes to do this. I don't like doing that, but I still respect the fact that she does it. I still respect the fact that that's her interest. Um, I don't like to drink. You like to drink. I'm not going to let that be a barrier in me loving you. Now, when it comes to a boundary, when you're in
It
a
would be like
relation,
me saying,
when you're in a relationship with someone, you know, we come into each and every relationship with experience. We come with our own hurts, our own highs and lows. We come with all of that experience. And there's certain things that we won't tolerate when it comes to friendships or relationships. So if I come to you and I say, sis, can you not do that to me? Or can we not discuss that anymore? That's a boundary.
okay,
So if you and I are in we're in a nurturing friendship and there's something that I need extra care in, because sometimes a lot of us need extra care. And that is a barrier. That's a barrier. Sometimes people need extra nurturing. It's you as a friend that needs to decide, do I want to nurture that? And you're more than rightful to say, that's not for me. But loving beyond barriers, that's what that is you know what, there's this thing that's stopping us from being on the same page, but I'ma love you regardless.
that would be me and my friend Big Bird. That's what I call her. I call her Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Yeah, cause
Explain.
well, because I have already experienced so much growth at my age, and this said person is older than me, and they have not experienced the same type of growth. They remind me of the child that I used to behave as. And a lot of her behaviors and mannerisms are triggering to me because it reminds me of the person that I have fought so hard to not be anymore.
Right.
And
Perfectly said.
it's not that I don't love you and I wish you the best, but for somebody to come to me complaining about their life who is doing absolutely nothing to change it, it's just stupid to me, and it's bothersome at times.
Yeah, because you want to see progress, and I think a lot of times we love the people that we're around, and it's like, don't. Why are you doing this to us? I have to be
Yeah.
mad at you because you're hurting somebody that I care about. You're hurting yourself. Like, come on.
And I'm like, you don't care about yourself, obviously. And the problem is I can't force you to love you and,
Right.
and to care about yourself or to value yourself or see the potential that I see in you. So I'd rather love from a distance.
Yeah, and that sometimes that's just it. You don't wish bad on people. You know, sometimes people have a deadline when it comes to being in your life. Sometimes they have a quick
Expiration date.
like an expiration date, and sometimes people go and they refresh and they get their mind right and they come back to you, and that's another love beyond barriers type of thing too, because when someone isn't in the right mind, that's sometimes the most important time to stick by them, you know um but if you see a cycle, you're just going to put into something and it's just going to drain you. So a lot of times people do have to go reset, get their stuff together, and then when they're ready, they will tell you, because a lot of times when you start to rediscover and sit back and think about stuff, you think to yourself, damn, like I really did so and so kind of wrong. Let
Mm.
me go and apologize. Let me go and see if something's still salvageable.
So I do that a lot, actually. When I look back over my life, there are people that, while I was all messed up, that I took for granted. And as much as I would love to go back, like sometimes too much damage has been done. Like even with each of us growing and turning into better adults, some things cannot be undone. So like now, as the person I am today, if I find myself in an argument with someone I love, I like to catch myself because I will
Mhm.
say something that will
Yes.
ruin this, that I cannot come back from, because there is so much power of life and death in the tongue and people just don't understand it. And I'm like,
Right.
I will ruin this for you because you're gonna razzle when I'm gonna dazzle, and you're gonna be mad when I'm dazzling over here. Cause my tongue is lethal. It's a lethal weapon, and it's probably because I'm so educated and I know how to form my words, and my metaphors are sick. So you're gonna be mad because you're not gonna understand what I said to you until 3 days later. It's gonna click in your head like, yo, she called me a piece of shit
She
in
really
the
just
nicest
read
way.
me. They're gonna be like, "What? She really read me."
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I didn't. You don't have to like be like, you don't always have to be ghetto when you're hurting people's feelings, especially when they chose not to educate themselves on the forms of words that you're using when you're talking to them. All you had to do was read a dictionary. You'd have knew what I was saying.
I've had so many situations where I ain't have to do nothing. All I had to do was mind my business, live my life, and then 4 months later, I get, "Hey, Blossom, you remember so and so? Like, I apologize for that." I get it all the time. And I'm like, this is really testing. This is testing my ability to forgive. So I forgive, but I can never go back. That's one of the things, because I feel like quality people, quality people,
Or hard to find.
they're hard to find. So you can't just do them however you want to do them, and then expect to run back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. Value is too high for that, because I do love beyond barriers. I'm not going to dislike you or not love you because we don't have similarities, or because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've learned so much from people that I have nothing in common with. that just expands your mind. Like that's what we are. We are people, so we connect and learn from one another. I love differences. But what I won't do is allow someone that knows what my weaknesses are, that knows what my triggers are to just keep on. That's not happening.
Someone to intentionally hurt you. Yeah.
Exactly. And they do it too. They will, people intentionally hurt you through little sly, I see it all the time. And then I just, I'm like, all right, well, if that's the decision that you've made, then I'm not gonna beg you, I'm not gonna chase you, because time is too precious. And the people that want to be here and that want to respect me, that's what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. I
What you got?
Post-its.
You.
They're Post-it notes.
Yes.
I I'm looking at this questionnaire sheet and I'm like, in lack of better words, we've talked about everything on there. So
I don't, but you you are so comical to me. I'm sorry I can't keep my
well,
calm.
this is my space. You feel me? This is I'm at home. People don't realize that it's a lot easier for me to talk in my domain, in my comfort zone, than it is for me to talk on somebody's stage with 50 eyeballs, 50 people with 2 eyeballs when they said it, 100 eyeballs staring at me, crawling through my skin, judging me. Cause we listen and we don't judge, but they be judging. They be judging.
You know, they do.
um,
They
I
do. But
have,
you gotta remember, like, you know, as people are judging, it's only a reflection of them.
well, you right. It
It's
is.
only like literally, like if I just sat back and didn't do stuff that I love because people would judge me, I wouldn't do shit.
Well,
And
listen.
therefore I wouldn't even accomplish nothing.
So you remember the version of myself that I was in the beginning.
Yes.
That is exactly it. I was controlled by fear. Now, this is something that people don't be wanting to talk about when they let me on somebody's barriers. What you don't understand is you have to fight the same fights that they's fighting too. And I was petrified at that point in my life. I was still terrified, afraid of everything. I was afraid of everything. I was relearning who I was as a person completely.
Yeah.
I had every I in the my poem in the Wicked of the Man. I state in the 2 years that I was with that man, I lost every bit of who I was and had been up until then. So when I got away from him that first year, I'll say that first 6 months, I was lost. I didn't
Wow.
know who I was, what I wanted to be, what I stood for, where I was going. So I did anything and everything. I lived with for just for today. I lived just for today. I didn't live with the idea that I had a future attached to me or that I was better than the circumstances that I was coming out of. And while I at times had fun, I I I was more alone than I was while I was in the situation that I got out of.
Yeah.
And then I met some people who liked the same stuff that I liked and had already achieved the goals that I wanted to achieve. And it reminded me, well, shit, if they could do it, why can't I? And
Like
then
you're
that's when
so
I realized my
beautiful. That's
biggest problem in my past was I was always the smartest person in the room.
mm.
And if I'm the smartest person in the room, then what's there for me to learn?
Hero. A lot of times though, you know what? Um, let's expound on that because I'm gonna just say it like I don't know how else to say this other than I examined that particular saying where people say, if I'm the smartest one in the room, what could I possibly learn? So I think that you can still learn from people when their intelligence level isn't the same as you. That's another barrier because we have intelligent people, we have people that are intelligent in just one category, just one.
And then you
Just
have those
one. That's
who have
all they
like
know. They
a
don't know a lick
vast.
about nothing else. Like, have you not looked at other things to learn about? Like, dog, like, really? So it's like there's all types of things that you can learn from people of all different mental capacity. And I just say that because we also learn through experiences. So a lot of times people don't, they're not book smart, but you and I both know that they could be street smart, could have intelligence about survival out in the wild, could have intelligence about survival out in the wild. I think that misconception, you can't learn from a child or you can't learn from an elderly person because you know they're old. But I always beg to differ because we can literally learn from anybody. Now, the problem that I have with that though is arguing with somebody that claims that they're smart and intelligent, but their main skill is to be combative. Those are
Mhm.
the type of people that you can't learn from and they don't want to learn from you, and you might as well just get the heck on because those ones I feel like they are more, they do more damage than good. But at
So
any rate, yeah.
when I say if I'm the smartest person in the room, then I'm in the wrong room. I'm speaking in the sense of these are people that I've been around all my life.
Gotcha.
And they're doing the same thing that they've always been, as in I took myself, I woke up one day and said, I want to be better.
Gotcha.
Instead of complaining about not having the money for the rent or not having a car, I'm tired of walking to work, my job don't pay me enough. These are all day-to-day complaints that people have.
Hmm.
Rather than sitting at the best analogy I always have for it is if I'm sitting in a room full of six or five drunks and I walk in, I can now be the sixth drunk in the room because they have nothing to teach me but other than how to be a drunk because they're not aiming for anything better. But if my goal is that one day I got up and I said, I want to be a millionaire, I need to now take myself into a room with five other millionaires because they can teach me how to become what I want to become. So if I'm sitting in the room and I'm the smartest person in this room because I'm the only one with the sense to say I need to do better, then I'm in the wrong room. That's what I'm saying by that. That's what I'm saying by that. Because most people don't see it like that. They think, oh, I could still smoke weed every day and be at the bar Monday through Friday, and my check is gonna be $1,000. No, it's not. You ain't went to work all week. You ain't got no check coming on. You ain't got no check coming on Friday.
You're
You
absolutely
ain't
right.
you ain't got nothing coming to you on Friday. You been at the bar Monday through Friday. You been drunk for 5 days. And you thought you was gonna get paid next week?
Delusional.
Yeah. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome.
Yeah, that part.
And that was the person that I was when you met me. I was delusional. I was insane because I thought that I could continue. to complain about my situation and not change it. I thought somebody was responsible for changing it for me.
Wow. Wow.
And I blamed everybody around me for it not changing.
So would you say that you were a narcissist at some point?
Hmm. I had been with a narcissist for so long that I did display narcissistic behavior
That's
because that's how he talked to me. That's how he treated me. So it was all I knew for a good three years. Right? It was my fault. His life was terrible, even though he was a terrible person. And
so like
that's
you love
why,
the
like when I,
you love beyond berries with him.
mm-hmm.
You really do.
The problem is I still do it. I still do it. Somebody will come to me and I will see the toxic behavior right away. My just like my when I say my radar be, I'll be like, you need a little bit of work. We gonna have to work on this one here. I'm like, but what you need is
Okay,
to know.
question for you. So, has there ever been an instance where someone did make changes for you?
Somebody did what?
Has there ever been an instance where someone did make changes for you?
I would say God did, but as a human being making changes for me, no. I always thought that I didn't always think it. I felt like I could change people. I thought that I had the what's the word? The influence
Yeah,
to inspire people to
yeah.
be better. But I take that back. My best friend before he passed away.
So he changed for you, like
Uh,
he changed for you, or you had some type of influence.
I he called me because he was going through another bad situation after I gotten away. I was living in the area I live now, and he was going through a real rough patch. And he was like, "Yo, can I come stay with you?" I'm like, "You got 48 hours to decide. You going to jail or you going to rehab? But if I can change my life, then you can too. But you gotta make up your mind." And he
Wow.
decided to go to rehab. Um, but I don't know. Maybe I gave him an ultimatum, and that's why. But it seemed like he genuinely wanted to change, and he did. He was doing very good up until his manic episode where he was unalived by a police officer.
Yeah.
That was a hard one for me too. That was a hard pill to swallow because he wouldn't have been there had I not encouraged him to go to be better. But yeah,
Heavy hearts. Heavy hearts are sometimes the most beautiful. I think um, you know, individually and just as a whole, we have like so much work to do because a lot of people are dealing with so much pain, a lot of pain. And, when you start to heal, when you're healing from things, um, things come up, because I think a lot of times we spend our lives trying to suppress certain feelings and, you know, um, we, we, we use pleasure and things like that, materialistic things to like fill those voids of pain and hurt. We've all heard it. Um, but I think that like when you truly start to heal, you feel those things. You feel like the hurt, the pain, and all. That's why it's so courageous. I feel like um, to push past those things and to like look at the things that hurt you not as obstacles, but as like lessons because you're still here. You're still here, and we can still breathe, and we can still, you know what I'm saying? Like when every day we wake up, like we talked about before, that grace where you wake up and you're like, hey, it's a new day. I can create this day. You know, I feel like that's what makes things peaceful. Um, one of the things, the reason I asked you um, whether or not you've been able to like influence people to do better is because it's people to do better is because even though you didn't see like the impact on other people's lives and stuff all the time, I always feel like we do leave good impacts too. Like even if no one says to you, "Hey, you influenced my life," I still feel like we influence people, bad or good. But if you're a good person, more than likely you influence these people in a good way. It's just there was miscommunication and everything else. But a lot of times at the end of the day, when people look back, they're going to remember you and say, well, damn, she made that influence on my life. You know, props to her. There's some good energy. Though they never come back and say it, it's there. It's there.
I don't know. I think I may have actually impacted a few people's lives. I know that there are people who watch me like on over my platforms that have acknowledged my growth.
Yeah.
Um without saying it, because I can still see who's viewing all of my stuff. Um I feel like, why would you continue to watch somebody you don't like? Why would you continue to watch someone you don't like? Why are you always in my views? So obviously you're getting something from watching me. There
Yeah.
are a lot of people who said that I wouldn't amount to anything, that have actually called once or twice and said, "Oh, can you pray for me? Or can you do this? Or can you do that?" I'm like, sure. I'm not the type of person to say I'll pray for you later because I'll forget. We'll just pray right now. Just pray right
Wow.
now.
So you're
We'll get
saying
this
that
out.
there's some people that, wow, that's love and beyond berries right there.
I know that
You can
I was
easily
not.
say, I don't wanna pray for you at all.
I am not that type of person, and I think that was one of the reasons why I went through so much pain and hurt, is because I did not know how to treat people the way they treated me. And I would be so lost because I'm like, I just wanted to love you, and you stepped on my heart. I don't understand why. What did I do wrong other than love you?
No,
Like,
right.
and I was always crushed in some way, one way or another. Whether it was my own high expectations or being gaslit to the extent of no return. Um, I believed people when they told me they cared about me, because I had honestly never really received true love, even from family members. Like, my grandmother told me that she loved me, but she never liked me. Never. And she meant that. She meant exactly that. I love you, but I do not like you. I do not like little girls. That's exactly what she said.
She's one of them. That's so funny.
So my grandmother raised me. She
Mom
did
is
not,
my
and I
mom.
always tell people she raised me. She didn't love me. There's a difference in grow in how people raise their children. She was an old school grandma. She raised me, but she
Yeah.
did not love me. She loved my brother. The way that she would do stuff for
But
him,
you don't
he
feel
got
like
away
she
with
loved
stuff.
you? You don't feel like she loved you?
No, I feel like she raised me because nobody else would. My mom didn't come for me either,
Why would
and
you
I
think
was
she
like
doesn't love
always left with her. Um, it was just kind of things that we went through. Like, she was still like, I still love my grandma with all my heart, but she had told me too many times that she didn't. Like, when she would get angry, little black bitch, get on my face, shit like that. Like, it was little stuff that I knew, like, she cared about me, or else she wouldn't do certain stuff for me. But my grandmother, she raised me. She showed me how to be strong. She showed me how to do shit you didn't want to do. She showed me how to keep going even when everybody else was doubting you. That type of stuff. Like, yeah. But ultimately, when it came down to my feelings being hurt, and she was actually the only person to believe me when I told the truth about being essayed while I was younger. The only person that believed me. That was the only time I felt like she actually loved me and cared. Was when I told her, and she was the only person who believed me. Everybody else told me I was a liar. I was just a kid being a kid. I needed attention. You always making some stuff up. Y'all don't never listen to me. And then that same person that I told on did it to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other people. And now, as adults, when this person's still going around doing the same stuff to people, now y'all believe me? Oh, now you believe me. But had you just listened to me when I was 13, this could have been avoided. But to each their own. She was the only person that believed me then. Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
Oh, you're so courageous though to even like talk about that.
I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about. People put it in this box of unspeakables, and I spent a lot of my time in an unspeakable state where I did not have my voice. My voice was gone.
Woo!
It was not
I
my own.
talked about that the other day. That right there is so important.
Like, I did not have my voice. And I think that was one of the things that I was trying to find when I came to the open mic. I'm like, I need to find my voice again. Because prior to being with the man that had hurt me, I was loud. I was obnoxiously loud. Like, I loved the sound of my voice. I wanted people to know what I had experienced, how I got over it, how I didn't care. I'm stronger than anything that these people could do. You couldn't bully me to shut my mouth. I have a mouth and I'm going to use it. I didn't care. And then while I was with him, I lost that. I lost that that moxie, that energy, that overbearing, authentic, oozing confidence that I had. I didn't have it. Like,
So you basically had to learn yourself beyond barriers. You had to learn how to love yourself again beyond barriers.
I had to learn how to love myself for the first time. Because even though I had all of that before, I didn't love me. I believed what everybody else told me I was.
I'm so proud of
Yep.
you.
In fact, I was in such a state of mind that I didn't care if anybody loved me before. I didn't care. You don't have to. I don't care. I'm pretty in the face. I can take your man, her man, their man. It don't matter if I'm gay or straight. I can do whatever I want. Ain't nobody gonna tell me about myself. That is how I carried myself. That is how I felt.
My phone's about to die. My phone's about to die.
Like, that's how I felt. That's how I carried myself. That's how I moved. Like, I felt like I was invincible. I was a superhero and wasn't nobody gonna stop me. And then he broke me. Like, he took all of that and he was like, yeah, I don't know who you think you is, but let me break you down because you're too strong of a person for me. And he had self-esteem issues and problems that he didn't want to deal with. And after coming out of it, I had to learn how to actually love me, how to look at myself in the mirror and tell myself that it's okay. It's okay that I'm not perfect. It's okay that I experienced the things that it wasn't my fault. Some of the stuff that I was blaming myself for, it wasn't my fault. I needed to give myself grace. I needed to be able to uplift myself so that I could uplift others. I want to help people, but I couldn't help myself. That was
Right.
crazy.
Right.
I want to love people, but I didn't know how to love me. So I got okay with being alone. I stopped confusing loneliness and peace, and I grew. And probably one of the best things I could have done for myself. I glow different now because I grow different now.
That's right, babe. That's right. And that's what I think that's why, we go through things. I mean, I'll never say that the things that we go through, we deserve them. We don't. We don't deserve them. We don't deserve every person deserves to be loved. And I feel like we deserve to be loved the right way. But sometimes we love people that don't love us the right. And those types
Mm-hmm.
of people are dangerous. Those types of people are very dangerous because they know how much we love them and they take that love and they use it against us. That's manipulation, that's narcissism.
Manipulation is nothing but witchcraft. It's a trick of the devil. I just I just feel like it's some to play with somebody's mind the way that some people do. I'm like, bro, you gotta be a sick, twisted individual to do that. Like, you're trying to hurt somebody. Like I spoke about I called it voodoo in my poem. The way his mom spoke such deadly words over me and that man's relationship because she wanted him to hurt me was crazy to me. I'm like, you played with this man's mind. You would plant seeds of doubt in him so that when he got back to me, he can no longer tell whether I'm telling him the truth or if I'm just lying to him. Well, how can you believe that girl? You don't know who she was before got with you. Then you asking me questions. I'm telling you everything the truth. I'm telling you the truth. When I say I was my heart on my sleeve. I gave him everything. I didn't lie about nothing. I didn't hide nothing. I had never been so honest with a man in my life. I had never been honest with anybody in my life.
Right.
I had I when I was full. I was an open book. Girl, where a book at so I could open it. I was an open book. I didn't hide a single page. I ain't, because sometimes you be trying, when you got somebody reading your story, you take a page, you fold it in. You be like, don't read that one. And don't read that one. Hold on, wait, this one, don't read these 6 chapters. Let me hide that from you too. No, I was an open book. He knew everything. It's to the extent that because I was so open with him, I'll never be that open with anybody again in my life. I'll never do it again. Because I have learned from that situation that everything that you experience is not for everybody.
No, it's not. Definitely not.
It is not for everybody. Some stuff you supposed to just take it to the grave. Take it to Jesus. Mm-hmm.
Now, so speaking of loving beyond barriers, right? I'm in love
Mm-hmm.
with someone who has a temper, and you know, I decided because I want to love him beyond that barrier, but I also want my life to be peaceful. And I feel like if I don't address these things, that they could grow into bigger things. So I feel bad, but I did tell him that I wanted to end the relationship. Wanted to end the relationship. Not because I didn't love him beyond the barrier, but because I feel like I have to love myself. I think a lot of
More.
times we fall in love and things like that. We want to hold on, but I just can't be in that space anymore. And he wants to, you know, to prove that we could be an item, that we could be, for that sort of situation, what do you think a girl or a woman is supposed to do in that type of situation where, you can still growing into something bigger, but you also have the hope that this person can do what they have to do so that you can, you know what I'm saying? Do you sit and wait, or do you,
As a
or do you,
DV.
you give them like tough love. You know what I'm saying? Like where
So, as a DV survivor, any man that displays a trait where his anger is something that I cannot trust, I run because I refuse to ignore the red flags the same way I did before. Because I've already loved somebody beyond that barrier where I was like, well, maybe if he does the work, he'll get better, and he won't do it, and he won't snap on me. He will be able to communicate properly. Mm, yeah, he proved that that's not what happens. Uh, for me, that one person proved to me that that's not what happens. That I'll never do it again is something that they do again. That is a character flaw that they have to get to the root of their own issue to grow past. And a lot of men don't like to address why they're angry.
that's a really strong point. A lot
They
of
don't
men
like to address the root of their issues because a lot of men's anger stem from their childhood and things that they don't want to speak about. They'd rather take it to the grave. And while you're taking it to the grave, I'm not going to be in pain over it. I'm not. I'm not. I'm sorry. Um,
not
because I had to feel through the things that I experienced. I had to feel through my trauma in order to heal. You running from it and taking it out on me because you're triggered by something from when you were 14 years old that I know nothing about, it's not my fault. So I also know that as an adult, I will take accountability right now that I do the same thing to other people.
okay.
I get
How you
angry.
want to do that?
This is why I know what anger is. I get angry when I am triggered by something from my past. And how do I deal with it? I yell at them and tell them leave me alone. Leave me alone, get out my face. Don't want to talk to you. Because I personally don't want to deal with certain things. So, would I ask somebody to sit around and wait until I figured it out? Absolutely not. But do you have that option to want to wait until someone figures it out? That's on you. But that's depends on how much you can take.
Right.
Whether or not the person is actually genuinely putting in the work to change.
Right.
Me personally, I hate being vulnerable. And I hate digging through my past.
Yeah.
Like, you picking that scab for days. And then you finally get it off and then you bleeding. Now you bleeding. Because you wanted to go pick it through something that you should have left it go. It was healing over. It was going to be a scar, but it had healed. You go picking at it, and then you wonder why your feelings is hurt. I don't like to pick. Just let it go. Just let it go and let God. Because I know there's certain things, though, that I have to work on in order for me to go to the next level in my life. Because it'll be something that's brought back up in the future. If I
Right.
don't deal with it now, I'm going to come across this test again where it's put right back on my plate. And God's like, so you remember that? Yeah, remember? It's right there. It's right here. Remember this book? I need you to deal with that. Yeah, deal with that.
She said, yeah.
And I'm like, sir, didn't I give it to you? They said, give it to God and let it go. I don't want to pick it back up. He like, no. I gave that to you to address. Now address it. So then I got to write the address of where all this shit belongs in my life.
You silly.
I'm like, okay. So when I was 3 years old, that's when all this crap started. Like my core problems, like my core memories of my, like the angry ones, like if we were going to refer to the Inside Out movie, like anxiety did not wait until I was an adolescent to pop up in my life. Anxiety showed up when I was 3. So when we're going to go from movie 1 to movie 2, I went from straight to movie 2. I had anxiety, depression, all of that, all them ugly emotions. I had all of those at 3 because I was confused because there was adult things happening to me while I was a child. So as a now adult who is learning to process through my emotions. I now know that when people do certain things to me, I resort back to that 3 year old, which is probably why I still watch cartoons and don't care how nobody feel about it. Because when I'm in the safety of my home, I resort back to the stage where my trauma began. I was 3, so I go back to being a 3 year old, which is why I get real childish when my feelings is hurt, and people be like, "Oh, you petty?" Nah, you just hurt a kid, and that's the one that's inside of me that I be trying to hide. And y'all think because I'm grown on the outside that I'm grown all the time. I'm not. I be 3 real quick, and I'm gonna make you feel how I feel, and that is real childish of me. But that's loving me on barriers as well.
You know what I do? I retreat. I retreat. I That's what I did as a kid. Like when my parents would be acting up and I had nobody to call, I would retreat and go into my room and do and write lyrics and draw and come up with dance routines. That's what I would do when my parents were acting a freaking word. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because that was traumatizing for me. I was locked in a room one time and couldn't use the bathroom. I'm banging on the door. They out there drunk. Couldn't nobody, you know what I'm saying? That's a little thing to somebody, but I would never want my babies to experience that. And I'm not a perfect mom, but when those things happen, I would retreat. Like I didn't want to be around nobody because they always had people in the house.
Hmm.
I didn't want to be around nobody. I'm gonna go over here and sit down and be in my own little space in my own little
No.
bubble. I think that's why sometimes I can't really do a relationship because like I feel like I am a vibe. And when I date, people want to be around you all the time when they like you.
Hmm.
And I just be like, no, I like my own personal time. Like I like to be by myself. So I think that taking accountability, I think that messes me up sometimes. Like even though time to yourself is good and all that, but I think it works against me when it comes to building relationships because if you piss me off, I want to go retreat.
So I think my problem is when people like me and want to be around me. It took me so long to enjoy being by myself that's the first thing I want to do anyways. You be like, oh, if I cuss you out, you be like, oh, I'm leaving. Thank you, bye, because this is my space, and I paid for my space, and I like my space, and I need my space, and I'm also realizing that I have so much big energy that after being, I get peopled out. I be peopled out.
Yeah.
I be like, I got about this much time left for people to be in my space before I'm this
But
much.
you know what? But it's crazy though because you're an artist though. I'm an
Mhm.
artist. So we have to.
But it is okay to go recharge. I need to go recharge. I gotta recharge by myself.
Yeah,
I gotta go be by myself to recharge because if I keep allowing how other people, because my discernment is real. My energy, my meter, I can tell. I'd be like,
yeah.
get away from me.
When you
I want to
walk in,
be home. That's the like I come out. Like if you notice, I will come perform, say hey, goodbye, what's up, unless I have to wait till the end because it's a competition. I'm leaving. I'm done. I did my part. Y'all came. Y'all seen me. I'm out. Bye. Cool. Um, in the past, I used to hang out because I didn't like being alone. There was a time that I hated to be alone, where I needed to be around other people because I did not want to deal with my own thoughts and how I felt.
yeah.
But now, baby, just let me go ahead with my thoughts. Me and the 16 people in my head, we gonna have a great conversation. We gonna go have a great conversation because I'm sick of
But
y'all.
don't you cut yourself up? Sometimes I be laughing. I be laughing here in the room. Like I am so funny. I be
Mhm.
cracking myself up. Like Facebook is only a piece of it. I be cracking myself up. And people be mad. I'm like, don't get mad at all these. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just
We
don't
just
be mad. It's nothing against you. It's just I'm Facebook, like you said. Asked me what was
you
on my
on my mind, not
my
yours,
mind, not
mine.
yours.
So I
So
feel like, yeah, I should be able to talk about what's on my mind, not yours.
right,
Like, and
yeah,
people be sensitive. People be
yeah.
so sensitive with what you posted about what's on your mind. Sir, excuse me. It did not say your name. It says Michelle, not done yet, Travis, on the top of my page. The last time I checked. Why is you in my business? Let me do what I'm
It's
doing.
like that. It's like that.
Yeah, it's like
I
that.
like that. I seriously, sir. Like I wasn't even. It had nothing to do with me.
It have nothing to do with you. Look at that big boy ink. I see you, sir. I see you. You popped in, popped out. That's my friend Rashid. He shared our post.
Oh, he did. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Been
that's
on
the
it now for
tattoo.
about an hour and a half now.
It has been, yeah, about almost that, because it took me about I want to say around 8:20. About right now, it should about the time I finally got you on, because I didn't get you on the screen until after 8 o'clock. But yeah,
I love this. I didn't know that TikTok offered these features. I had no idea.
well, yeah, and a lot of people don't see it this way either, because a lot of people just see the kids doing their little dances and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, if I'm not making videos, there's nothing for me to do." You could make videos on TikTok too with CapCut.
Yeah.
You know the videos that you be paying people to make, you could make them yourself.
Okay. You gonna have you show me how to do it?
Yeah, we're gonna be in person to do that though,
You
because
need
all
to
about trying to show it.
do like a little workshop or something and help Blossom so that you know what I'm saying. I'm not paying these people because you're definitely right. Like she's digging into my pockets. She's very, very, very talented though. And quick.
So you know why I started making flyers? Because I contacted somebody to make a flyer for me once, and they tried to charge me $150. I said, "Excuse me." They said, "How
Yeah,
many flyers you need?" I said, "Well, there's gonna be 12 artists, so I need
yeah,
12." All right,
yeah.
$150. I'll make the flyers, baby. I will go pay the $1.96 for the app and make them myself before
Did
I.
you started making them yourself?
Yeah, flyers, posters, banners, all that. I make it all by myself, because all about me paying you to do something I can do myself. It's crazy.
Okay,
That's
well,
it's crazy.
I'm gonna need you to come because see, you know what? Never mind, because I don't have the patience.
So there are certain things where I'm just like, I'd rather just pay somebody. Like photography. I can take pictures. I'm a beast at it actually, because I just did a photo shoot for my little sister. But the thing is, even though I'm good at it, I'd much rather pay somebody else to do it,
Yeah,
because they gonna
I
get
could
it
do a
done.
flyer. I could do a flyer, but I'll throw my phone about 5 times before it gets done.
I promise you, I made that flyer in about 5 minutes before I sent it to
Exactly.
you. And
Because
then,
you like that kind of stuff, probably. You like
well,
that.
I draw, I write, I paint.
Yeah.
I'm creative already. So I already had like a concept that I was going to do. Um, and then I was like, I need like a backdrop for it. So I was like, let me do like an AI logo. Boom. Type in the words, throws it on the screen.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, I like this one. I'm gonna use this one." Now I just need to go steal a picture off of her Facebook, and we're gonna be good. That's what I did.
Still a picture.
I don't, cause I don't like asking people to send me pictures for flyers. 'Cause they always send something that I don't want, and I'm like, this don't match. And I was like, I need to find one of her professional looking pictures. I'm gonna just go find one. She don't even need to know I'm making the flyer. I'm gonna just go find one that I like, and that's the one I'm
So
gonna use.
you,
But that's
you
one of
looked
my
that up,
favorite pictures of
looked
you.
that up real quick. I was like, dang, girl, you got that done like with the like quickness. I was like, wow. I
Yeah,
figured
I
you
well
had
honestly, this is my space though. That name up there make a make sense. This is
Yeah,
my.
I like. I love, like, I could do this with you every week.
We can actually. You could be a recurring guest.
Or like maybe
I
like
saw
every,
that you're
every
having Mr. Abel come to the King's Talk.
yes.
He don't know it, but he coming on here too.
See, that's it.
He
Matter of
don't know
fact,
it yet.
come to the
I
show
gotta
and
I gotta
introduce him there.
I gotta get with him though because his schedule be real full. But I'm trying to get him on here too.
Why don't you come and then interview him at the show?
Oh, you're right.
There's a lot of people you can interview at the show. There's going to be a lot of people. You can literally like set up a table or set up a space, and then after the show's done, do like a quick powwow with them.
I gotta get my. I'd have to get like a physical backdrop to bring with me though because
Like a physical backdrop.
yeah, that says makeup makes sense. I'd have to bring my actual. Like I had like this is my house. This just my wall. You know.
Right.
I'd have to
So,
get my logo put up on a thing. I'd have to print it out and stuff. And I think I might have to take that day off in order to show up because I work 61 hours.
oh lordy.
Yeah. My
Oh,
my kids be they be needing me to come to their houses and stuff. So I got
oh,
25 with one client, 25 with another one, and then I think the extra 11 was with my third client. So 61 hours across the board. I be working.
I know you do, babe. And just rack it up. You hear me? Rack it up.
So so listen, this is the crazy part. I be working and then when I get done with that, I come home. I'm a paid host on two two live streaming sites. TikTok, I get paid for live stuff on here. And then there's another app called Bigo that I'm a paid host on. So I have to get my live time in on the other one. This one I can just do this whenever I have time because
Yeah.
TikTok be TikToking. And then outside of that, I help manage other artists. So I'm scheduling shows. And then outside of that, I help manage other artists. So I'm scheduling shows. I'm signing contracts. I'm doing other stuff like that too. And then I'm trying to be a best selling author like Blossom one day too. So
Best selling
working on
author?
yeah,
No.
I'll be a best selling author like Blossom one day.
You're right.
When I grow up, So I'm still working on my
And
manuscript.
you know what? You know what I see for us though is success insurmountable. Not just with money and items and stuff like that, but just like, putting it all together finally one day and just really sitting in our glory, you know, giving, like, representing exactly what a woman should be. Setting that example. That's where I see us. That's where I saw us when I met you. So I feel like, the journey is so hard and it's so like what's it called? Complicated, but we're geniuses. We
Yup.
managed we managed to survive and we managed to make things happen. We managed to make things make sense.
That's it. That's it. That's all that matters is that we making it make sense.
At the end of the day,
I
um,
had I Googled that. Let's make it make sense. And why is somebody else have the audacity to have that as their podcast title? And I don't
oh,
like that. I don't like it at all. But that's why it's makeup making it make
never
sense.
seen that. I don't know why anybody else would even think of that.
Like, book, and I guarantee you, it's somebody that saw my stuff at some point and was like, "I'ma steal that."
Really?
Yep, yep. I think that's what happened. I think they stole it from me.
With stuff like different titles for shows and stuff that's happened, or like um there's a lot of people that have conversations amongst kings. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't realize that other people had that title, had that brand. And so, like, I'm thinking, like, I can't even trademark that or anything because other people are using it.
The crazy part is the saying "Let's make this make sense" is not copywritten anywhere. It's
Oh,
not a
they're
trademark.
copyrighted.
Mm-hmm.
Copyrighted, so you'll only be the only one with that,
But
you
if
know?
it's hard to copyright something that people say in everyday conversation, that's what I was told.
Did you try it though?
Not yet. I was thinking about it though.
Well, hurry up and try it before somebody take it.
Let's make it make sense.
You have like, I mean, what? It costs like 250 to do it, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then I gotta my brand itself. I gotta I don't know if my brand would be like a LLC or if I just copyright me. Like that was another
But
thing.
don't you make money off of your? Why don't you just make it an LLC or make it an S corp?
Yeah, because there's too much. It's not just like one thing that I'm doing.
Right. You definitely should probably make it the S corp, but and then like if you decide to like sell or have like different services, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want to start selling your paint and all of that, you have the umbrella of that. You have that.
This gonna be a better conversation when we get off live.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We went way off.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
but that's just what happens when you're talking to good people. We talked about the loving beyond barriers. We talked about the grace that is given. We talked about a lot of amazing stuff here.
yeah.
And people are coming in and out. My little sister was in here just a second ago.
Hi, little sis. And then she jumped out.
They jump in and out. Actually, when I'm done, I can actually tell you how many people were actually in and out of the room.
There's a 12 at the top left of my thing. Do you see it? What does that mean? Is that 12 people watching, or what does that mean?
No, you were sent gifts during the live.
They sent me some money.
It's gifts, yeah.
Gifts. Ooh, and I didn't even say thank you. Why didn't you tell me that? I didn't even say thank you. Good Lord.
He's still in there. He's still in here, the one who sent you the gifts. He hears you.
I like the gifts.
Boss Vasion.
Boss Vasion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sent me gifts too. What am I about to do? I'm about to go heat up some.
You're young.
Girl, I'm old and I worked all day. I'm about to go heat up some food and go get in the shower and put my moo on and get naked underneath it and go to sleep.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah.
I got some barbecue chicken and a loaded potato that I started to eat, but then I was like, oh shoot, I gotta get on. So I'm like, my stomach's a little like,
You want to know something? I normally eat while I'm on live.
You do?
Yep. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do on my other platform. When I get off of here, I'm gonna get on there. I'm gonna go get my big ass bowl of food. Okay. I'm gonna be sitting there shoveling it into my mouth on the screen.
I like it though. Everybody gotta eat.
And they be watching me eat too. They be watching me.
You know what though? I ain't even gonna lie. I like watching people eat. I'll be like, oh yeah, that looks good. They be making me full. I like that.
It don't make me full, make me hungry because I'm about to go get me some.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to go grab something, so I feel like I'm a part of the party.
Yeah. I use a tie to put my hair up in this ponytail, and
It's squeezing my brain cells now.
Take it out. Let it free. I love that color too. That color is so bomb.
My it's a confused color. It don't know what it want to be.
Really?
Yeah, it don't know what it want to be.
Right.
It's like four different shades of blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Your hair's already.
oh Jesus! Yeah, and this
Right.
girl.
Get my old butt off of here and eat. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you for coming and talking. Jesus, yep, that's what I was waiting for. Whew,
Woo!
coming and talking
Yes,
with me.
go like this. Yes.
Woo!
I know that feels good.
You
Yes.
don't even know the half of it. That ponytail been tight like that
Oh,
for hours.
I know that feels so good. I know it does. I'm jealous right now because I can't feel how good that feels.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you for coming. Hopefully, we'll have you on here again.
You know I'm coming back. I'm coming
I
back.
know.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this because we do this.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, love you.
Love you, Tails.
Bye.
Night.
Have a good night.
Night, night.
Night.